Hey everyone, it's about 7 a.m. here in St. Paul, Minnesota, where I live, and I am heading out to work. I thought I'd show you a little bit about what it's like on my day-to-day job, but my job's over an hour away at the nature center, so I got some driving to do. Stopping for gas already. It is really cold out here. We'll see what that means as far as how many people come in to the nature center today. We do have a bit of a snowstorm moving in right now, and it's probably supposed to start snowing within the next half hour or so. It is 7:50. So I've been on the road almost an hour now, and I'm just starting to get a little bit of snow. There is a forecast today for a winter weather advisory, so this should make for kind of an interesting day at work. You kind of don't know what's going to happen when we get snow. You know, some people are going to be kind of scared off and aren't going to want to go out of their homes, while other people will get really excited by the snow. We have cross-country ski trails, we've got downhill sledding, we've got snowshoes we rent out. So depending on probably whether or not it goes more snow or rain, we may get some people dropping in. Today is a holiday. It is New Year's Day observed. And so most people, not me, have the day off. I'm the one who drew the short straw to go to work today and work with the public who comes in, who wants to enjoy the outdoors. So we'll see what today brings. It's going to be interesting to see if people want to be outside or if they're feeling like staying inside today. Looks like the snow has already stopped. Just a little brief bit of snow there, but more is on the way. And yeah, I've been on the road for an hour. It is lighter out, but the sun is still not up. So we will see what happens. And there you go, I have clocked in. So what does a naturalist do on a day like today when there is not a school group here? Gotta check the calendar here, and it looks like I am filling the bird feeders today. One of the only naturalists that's on today, so I need to make sure all of our feathered friends have food to eat, so that's task number one. This is bird food or squirrel food likely. A lot of the squirrels are going to get here and get the stuff on the ground, but some of the ground feeding birds like juncos and American tree sparrows are going to want to come in and get some of that. We got a mix of black oil sunflower seeds and some mixed seed in here with some millet and such. The hanging feeders here tend to get all black oil sunflower seed. Makes them a little bit easier to clean up. Just filled that one over there. Now this one goes on. There we go. Well, while putting up the bird feeders, I realized there was a sign that needed to be fixed, so I needed the staple gun. And now I've realized the staple gun is broken, so I get to get this jam out of the staple gun, and then maybe I can get back to putting up the sign to finish stuff up, but this is going to take a while. So what I have concluded after a little while of tinkering is that this staple gun that I have attempted to fix many times and sort of brought back from the dead is now officially dead. So it is going in the trash, which is very satisfying because I also found our new one, our good one. So now I can go fix the sign that I was wanting to fix. So what sign is this? I was filling the bird feeders, and one of the things I was noticing is that the wrong bird seed was in the wrong feeders. We have two kinds of seed we feed. We feed black oil sunflower seeds, and we also feed like a mixed seed. And I really prefer to have the mixed seed on the platform feeders and only black oil sunflower seeds in the tube feeders. And the reason why is that the tube feeders get really gunked up. Next thing on my agenda today is actually to clean the feeders. So having only the black oil seeds in there makes it a lot easier. And I have this sign which had fallen down and now I get to put back up. I put it up with tape, but duct tape does not stick in the winter, so we're going with staples. There we go. That should be pretty clear. I don't think that'll be coming down anytime soon. I'm a little over an hour into the day now, and I've had a slight change of plans. I'm heading outside. Our Raptor handler just called in and can't come in today. That's our person who usually comes in and feeds our raptors. We do have 3 live raptors here where I work, and so I am now the person who's going to be taking care of them today. We have an owl, a hawk, and a merlin. I'm just kind of walking by their area where they are outside here. I should give you a look. First thing I want to do is just see, there's the owl. Merlin is no doubt hiding inside his box there, and the hawk is sitting out here. I'm going to head inside and give them their food. So this is inside the Raptor mew, or the area where we keep our raptors and do all their care. I'm going to put it on some time lapse and you can see how we get the owl on the scale, prep her food, and weigh her. Here we go. So here she is. I've given her her chunk of rat. She's holding it in her foot down there. She doesn't seem really interested in, oh, maybe she's gonna eat it. Oh, she's got it in her mouth. Now she's gripping it. I guess I'm under her wing. She's gripping it and she's gonna get it all lined up and maybe gobble it down. That's an awfully big piece though. She might need to tear it up. I won't watch. Might make her nervous. I'm trying to train her to eat in front of groups. Here she goes. That's 50 grams of rat she's trying to get down the hatch, but that's a pretty big piece. She really should be tearing that up in half, which I think she's figured out. She's going to try to grab it and rip it apart. This is the Merlin. Thank you. He's actually still allowed to have earplugs in right now because this can do damage to my ears. I got him weighed and I got the food prepped. He's eating chicken today and I got to put him outside and he can have his lunch. Behind this door is our red-tailed hawk we take care of. And before I get him out, I gotta prep all his food and get that all set for him so I can feed him once I get him out of there. So that's the next step, and it's the last bird. Okay. So this is the red-tailed hawk. Weighing in today, a little heavy, 1,200. Scale's jumping around a bit. Let's say 15, 19. Let's say 12, 15 grams, which is quite a lot. Record the bird's weight. I'm going to record the weight of the food I'm going to give the bird, which is 85 grams of food. And then I want to do some checks. I'm going to check the bird's feet. Feet are looking really nice right now. It does take a little bit of time to get comfortable sticking your fingers under the stamping foot of a hawk. He means me no harm though. His beak looks good. Feathers look very nice today. And so, it is going to be time to feed this bird and get him back in where he lives in the mew and give him his rat. So here we go. So I decided to feed the hawk on camera here. He does need to eat anyways, and being able to feed a bird on the fist during a program is a really cool thing. So we'll see how the hawk does. I know as soon as he sees his food though, he's gonna kind of freak out. So that's one thing we're working with on him, is to not get quite so freaked out when he sees his food. We're gonna give it a shot. It's always fun to get your fingers near his beak. You see he's getting a little riled up there. There you go, he got it. Splattered blood all over me, but he's got his rat, and we'll see what he does with it. He's gonna rip pieces apart. I'm probably gonna get blood splattered all over me by standing here when he does this, but it's all for you guys. This is the life of a naturalist, you know, when we're not teaching. Maybe you're feeding a raptor or cleaning out a fish tank or doing all those lovely things, but it's pretty cool to be this close to a hawk. Sort of a little perk of the job. They eat their food pretty quick. When you're eating is a vulnerable time to be out in the wild, so you want to generally eat quick. This rat has really tough skin though, so the bird's got to really pick at it. It's literally peeling that meat right off the skin. It will eat the skin here at the end as well. Really choking that down. Want to add the skin too? Here it goes. Kind of thinking about how to take it down. One big piece going down the hatch. There you go. Birds are all fed. Time to clean up in here and go on to the next thing in my day. I am all done feeding the raptors. What I didn't show was that I also had to prep all the food for tomorrow. There's enough rat left over for the hawk, but I also have to thaw out a quail for the owl and the merlin to eat tomorrow, and I had to do a bunch of cleanup and stuff. So it all goes by pretty fast in time lapse, but it's already 10:30, so I'm 2 hours into the day, what with the bird feeders and fixing the sign and doing raptor care. So now it's inside and on to the next thing. Well, not a few minutes later and I am already back outside. As soon as I went inside, our first customers of the day came in. Some people wanted to use kick sleds, so I am coming down here to the lake where we have all of our kick sleds right here that we rent out, and they are locked up, but I came down with the key so we can unlock them and a family can go out on the lake here and go kick sledding. So that's the next thing I'm doing, is unlocking the kick sleds. There we go, all ready to use. There they are, kick sledding out there. It's kind of fun to get them all set up. A family that lives in the area but had never made it out to try out the kick sledding, and it's not too bad a day, so they decided to give it a shot. You know, when you live here and it's cold and it's snowy, you might as well make the most of it and get outside and just enjoy nature. And that's why people like myself, naturalists, are here, is to help people get out and enjoy nature and learn about it. So clock's ticking away, the day is going by, and now it's that time to find out whatever the next thing is. Sometimes you know what the next thing is going to be. Sometimes someone shows up and wants to go kick sledding and changes the plan for your day, but that's how it goes. Well, it's almost, it's a little after 11 o'clock, and I am filling up on more bird seed. I'm heading out to a place called Chickadee Landing. I am on the calendar today as the one to get the bird feeders all filled up there too. It's a place where we take school groups when they're learning about birds, to try to get the birds to come close to the kids so they can get a good look. So I'm gonna hike out there. It's kind of a chance to get out on the trails and check trail condition as well. I'm taking lots of seed out there. So it's a little bit of a trip and I don't want to have to haul this bucket out more than once. Here I am out at Chickadee Landing, and we got to get the bird feeders out here all filled up. There we go. That is the last of my seed. And what this whole place is about is we've got these benches set up with people on them. So you can come on out here, and they're sitting out here all the time, and hopefully the birds get used to them. And so when you sit down here, the birds just think it's more of these guys here. And we bring school groups out here, and they can sit down and be very quiet, and we can just listen for the birds, and the birds will come and land right by you. Sometimes, you know, if you were patient and had your hand out, you could in theory get a bird to land right on your hand if you have enough patience. So it's a really cool, very tranquil spot. I can already hear the chickadees above my head, so they are getting excited about coming in to the feeders, like right here. And it's kind of fun for kids to get a chance to see that, but it does mean that we have to haul a lot of seed out here to keep it going, because if there's not seed out here all the time, the birds won't be used to it. So, whew, the bin is full, and it's time to head on inside for lunch. Well, it's been a busy day. It's about 2:30 so far, so a little bit of the day is left. I had some lunch and was able to sit at the front desk for the secretary so she could get lunch. Was able to finally get some computer time, answer a lot of emails, work on some lesson plans, things like that, do a little research for some upcoming programs. And now I'm back in the shop and made a new sign we're going to put down at the lake to let everyone know that they can rent a kick sled when they see them. So it's back outside. Well, hey, that's it. Last part of my day was spent answering emails, working on lesson plans, just a little bit of everything, kind of finishing up the day. But now it's close to the end, and it's time to go lock up all the kick sleds and kind of button everything up for the night. It is starting to already get a little bit darker out here. Probably can't tell so much on the video, but definitely can see a difference here. But one thing that didn't happen today is we didn't get any snow really, except for that little tiny bit that came down while I was driving in. There is still a winter weather advisory that was updated at lunchtime. It still says we're supposed to get some freezing rain and sleet and stuff like that. I looked on the radar, looks like it's going a little bit north of us, a little bit south of us, but really nothing here. So, ooh, I can tell you the ground is definitely getting kind of slick and slicking up though today. And it's pretty cool being a professional naturalist and getting to spend part of your day inside, part of your day outside, doing everything from feeding raptors, interacting with the public. The one thing I didn't end up doing today, which I usually do, is teach. So it was a non-teaching day. But here I am down at the lake, and you know, to be able to work somewhere where you've just got this great view of a beautiful lake and the kick sleds down here that need to be locked up. It's a pretty cool job, but that's what one day in my life is like. So if you watch this whole thing and watch that far, thanks so much. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.